Assalamu alaikum, dzień dobry, ciao, konnichiwa, ni hao, good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's Ken at 10. How are you today? Hope you're having a good day. If you haven't been here before, welcome along. This is Ken at 10, broadcasting every weekday. We are estate agents based in southwest London, in southwest 16 to be precise, an area called Norbury, which sits beautifully between Streatham and Croydon. And we talk about the property market and all things general. Got a couple of good things coming up for you later in the show. Two things. First of all, what the papers are saying about the possible extension to the stamp duty holiday. And then as a bonus, I'm going to tell you where you can find out where you are in the queue for a coronavirus jab. So there you go. And the other thing is where we look for things as well. Ever mentioned recently, one of my colleagues who's got young children, that utilities are a big thing now. So everyone's stuck at home and they're worried about bills, because obviously when you're stuck at home, the bills go up. So where you can check for independent comparison. So I'll come on to that a little bit later as well. First of all, it's Friday. Yay! Why am I excited that it's a Friday? Friday, very important day of the week for estate agents. As you probably know, Saturday's the most popular day for people to go out and view property, even in lockdown. So that a lot of our marketing efforts are actually angled towards making sure that people go through to view properties through us rather than our competitors' properties of a weekend. So on a Friday, the big job is to ring everybody that's looking and say, hey, you're still looking. You know, we always check everybody that's looked through us previously, make sure if they've seen something else and they're in the bracket for something that they haven't yet seen, that they know about it, and perhaps try and make them think out of the box slightly. Quite often you'll find that somebody who said, I definitely need a fourth bedroom. Well, if you've got 3 double bedrooms or maybe an office outside in the garden, they might consider that. So there are all sorts of ways that you can try and think laterally to bring people on board. So it's an exciting day for us, challenging, trying to get as many people through front doors as possible, obviously while being COVID safe. Very important that. And obviously if people aren't in a position to move, then we're not sort of jumping all around the place to get them out viewing, just for reasons of safety, really. We want to make sure that our clients are safe, our staff are safe. That's really important to us. So although we want to get everybody out viewing that we can on the one hand, on the other hand, it's a maximum of 2 people. If you're showing any symptoms, we will not provide a viewing, and socially distanced video viewings first wherever possible. So that's that. What else is going on? Oh, first of all, thanks for the positive comments on our Homes Under the Hammer appearance in Wimbledon yesterday. Beautiful conversion flats they were, if you did see it. And yeah, great one. That really enjoyed that. One of those where it's smack bang next to centre court, fantastic flats, really smart arrangements. The developers did a really good job. So lovely to be part of that. Thanks to the BBC for your allowing us to be on that show, especially the Homes Under the Hammer team. The Chancellor has faced mounting pressure, as you know, to extend the stamp duty relief. And the experts are now saying that up to a third of house sales could fall through altogether if he reinstates the levy in April. Well, last month, a new group of Tory MPs has launched a campaign in favour of the move of getting rid of stamp duty to stimulate the market and promote growth. The Property Research Group argued that stamp duty is the third most unpopular tax in Britain, and it hinders aspiration and discourages people from moving. Well, yes, it is an unpopular tax, but tell me, which one's the popular tax? Do you know popular tax? I don't know popular tax. And, the other side of the coin is, of course, Sunak somehow has got to find some money from somewhere. So it'd be really interesting to see what he does. I personally think that he may extend it, given that we're going into extended lockdown and severe circumstances. But I also think that there was, you may remember some mutterings about this first-time buyer scheme from Boris Johnson during lockdown, and he was talking about getting 95% mortgages for first-time buyers. I sincerely hope that this is a genuine effort across the market and not just an effort to help his mates, the house builders, and making it for new build only, because that doesn't help the general market. It just helps new builders to then put up the prices of those new build homes, and that's not helpful to the first time buyers. And I'll tell you this, if you get the first time buyers going, and they're not right now, it really does trigger everything else, because what restricts a lot of people, as you may know, flats are struggling a bit right now to sell. And if you all of a sudden fire up first time buyers in a position where they don't need a 20, or, self-employed people now need a 40% deposit. Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? How can a first time buyer afford a 40% deposit? Well, some can, but the vast majority can't, of course. So it's locking up all those flats, and people in flats are already finding that really frustrating, trying to move on with their lives for many other reasons, including the EWS scandal. It's very frustrating. So I see that unlocking, and the key to unlocking that is the first-time buyer, and that first-time buyer needs help from this government, and there is no better time than right now to provide that help. And if you do that and then impose stamp duty back on the rest of the market, I don't think that's a massive problem, because actually what will happen is you'll stimulate growth, house prices will go up, flat prices will drive up, and as they go up, so the 15K saving they're making on stamp duty, they're making equity on the one they're buying anyway. So that could be a really logical and good thing to do if they get it right. Will they? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Treasury last night, this is what's going on as far as the news is concerned. Saw this in the papers. They refused to comment on speculation about the changes and said the public would have to wait until the budget on March the 3rd to find out his final decision. Now, on the back of that, the RICS have said house prices are set to fall and could fall significantly. The RICS says that the ongoing restrictions at the end of the stamp duty holiday are likely to hit values. Well, we've spoken about this. It could be the perfect storm, but if you then replace it with a first-time buyer incentive, who knows? Be interesting to see what's said in that budget, as I said just now, and that's coming up on March the 3rd, so that should give us some idea. Apart from that, a couple of other things. I've got a calculator for you to find out when your coronavirus jab might be coming. It's not a government one, but it might help you. And I'm going to publish that live online at the end of this video. Some of you have asked about why the guy who has 175 million locked in Bitcoin didn't just request a password reset. Well, the answer is that the password for his Bitcoin is in a keeper, password keeper. Many of you may know or may have them. And basically you have so many attempts and then it's destroyed. And the poor chap is on his last 2 attempts. Can you imagine? And then he's lost 175 million. Finally, I wanted to shout out to parents. I've done this on our Facebook feed so far, but I just wanted to give a big shout out and much respect to the parents out there trying to cope with lockdown, because I think they've got one of the hardest jobs of all. Listen, we all respect all the key workers. They're fantastic people and amazing and saving lives right now and so important to us all. And we must respect what they do, risking their lives daily. But also, you know, the parents stuck at home trying to deal with the children, mummy, daddy, whilst at the same time on a Zoom call to their work, whilst at the same time being a nurse, a teacher, a doctor, a sports referee, a PE teacher, and everything else in between, and trying to take that Zoom call for work at the same time, many of whom are single parents as well. Well, my heart goes out to you. You know, I think it's absolutely amazing. And you are the unsung heroes for me. And I've said before, but I'll say it again. If you have homework that needs printing, just drop me an email with a link. We'll print it off for you. You can pop in and pick it up. But much respect to you. Keep your chin up, because many people are saying to me that they're finding it a struggle. And, you know, you're not alone. Everybody's finding it a struggle. How can you be the perfect teacher, mother, and everything else in between whilst trying to work as well in these extraordinary times? So keep your chin up, keep going at it, but much respect from us on that. Now, I said I'd give you that coronavirus calculator. I'm going to put that on as a link under this video. I've done that now, and I'm going to show that at the bottom. And that's where you can find out. It's quite an interesting thing you can do there. You can go in, put in your age, your circumstances, and it will give you an estimation. It's just an estimation, but give you an idea where you might be in the queue for the jab, and the sooner the better as far as that's concerned. So I hope you're doing well and staying safe. We'll be back on Monday with another Ken at 10. One final thing, coming on to utility bills. I mentioned earlier, lots of parents are feeling a lot of pressure on that. What I would say is look up Martin Lewis from Money Saving Expert, a fantastic resource. And I think it might help a lot of parents in lockdown, because I know that the utility bills are now becoming a major part of your expense because you're locked down all day, every day. Hey, Property Jungle, nice to see you guys. So yes, if you're thinking of looking at your utility spend, Google Martin Lewis, have a look at what he's got to offer. Obviously, we're not affiliated to him or what he does, but he might help you get your bills down. Certainly, we find him useful. We use him all the time, my wife particularly. So stay safe. Have a great weekend. I know it's tough out there, and the cold and miserable weather doesn't really help, does it? Norbury right now, we've got overcast grey, but no rain. Just about to go out on a really great road valuation. Really excited about that. So looking forward to that. So I hope you're well. One other thing we've decided to do, we've decided to put a blacklist up out the back of our office of solicitors that we're finding aren't responding during this time. And what we're finding is that some solicitors are likely and risking their clients not making the stamp duty deadline by their inability to cope. And we need to make a list of these people so that we can understand, now we've got such a tight time frame, how we can best help our clients moving forward. And so that we can say to them, look, off the record, the solicitor you're using is highly likely to cost you the sale, given the limited time frame we have. I mean, right now, if you agree a sale within the next couple of weeks, you will struggle to hit that deadline. I'll tell you that now. Many agents will tell you, oh, yeah, it's easy, loads of time. You've got to remember the pressure on all of the whole chain. It's not just about agents. Yes, we'll get a photographer around really quickly for you. We'll get on it really quickly for you. That's who we are. And a lot of people that have used us know that. But by the same token, it's not just about us. It's about mortgage lenders. It's particularly about solicitors and conveyancers. So we're getting that blacklist together. We're not going to broadcast it, of course, but we are going to guide our clients carefully. It's up to you who you use, but we'll certainly be putting an off-the-record warning out there if you're using someone we know to be overloaded right now or not able to cope. And it's understandable, frankly. You know, there are plenty of good firms out there that can't cope right now. They made redundancies expected to be quiet over this lockdown. Then we had the announcement, and then, of course, they're short of staff and struggling. That doesn't mean they're bad in normal times, but we do need to understand who is coping and who is not coping right now in order to make the best of the market for our clients. So that's it for today. Stay safe and well. Hope you enjoy your weekend. We'll be back on Monday morning, 10 o'clock, for another Ken at 10.